Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball, the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers for the drawing on January 28th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, so for this video, I'm updating and picking from what I call the game card, the individual numbers, and the Powerball number itself. Okay, so off to the game card here. Okay, so what you're looking at is, again, what I call the game card. And here's where I eliminate numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is update this. You can see that it's the game card for the last drawing, the 25th. And now I need to update it to the 28th. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Powerball page and find out what the 5 correct winning numbers were. So it was the 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40, and the Powerball number was the 18. Okay, so for the game card, I'm only concerned about these 5 winning white ball numbers. Okay, so here they are right here, the 9, 17, 20, 38, 40. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some colors to it, like the past here. Okay, so the 9 was green, the 17 was green, the 20 was purple, the 38 was green, and the 40 was purple. Okay, so the 9, 17, 38 were all green, and the 20 and the 40 were purple. Okay, so this tells me that there are more even numbers than odds, 3 to 2. And now I'm going to count how many colors I have. Okay, so I got 3 green and 2 purple for 2 colors total. So far I kept track of 202 drawings, and now a 2 color combination actually has now come up 14 times. I already updated it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new game card to make it for the game card for the 28th. Okay, so I have 5 colors here, and they represent each of the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so here's my color code right here. Here's the red numbers, the orange, green, blue, and whatever's left over is purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate all these numbers here. And again, start from scratch. Okay, so the red numbers are right here, these 15 numbers, and I'm going to transfer them over to the game card as red numbers. So again, it was the 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40. And then it was the 12, 31, 47, 58, and 60. And the last one was the 5, 14, 19, 46, and 64. So again, I'm going to make these red, and now I'm going to count how many I have. So I got 3 and 7 are 3 and 4 are 7, 3 are 10, and 5 are 15. So in the last drawing, I had 14 red numbers, and this time I have 15. Okay, so the reason why I had 14 is one of these numbers doubled up. Okay, so moving on to the orange. Again, it's going to be from the 6 down to the 4 here. There's 20 numbers here. And the reason why there's 20 numbers is because the red has already taken up some numbers. So in order to get to that desired number of 13 or 14, if I divide 69 into 5, it comes out to like 13.8. So I'm going to go with the 6, 15, 22, 42, and 47, which is already taken. The next line down is the 4. The 14 is taken, so the 33, the 39, and the 61. The next line down is the 24, 26, 39 is already taken, the 47 is already taken, so the 57. And the last line is the 4, the 8, 46, 47 and 48. And again, I'm going to make those orange numbers. Okay, so now I'm going to count how many I have. So I got 2 and 1 is 3. 3 are 6, 1's 7, 3's 10, and 3 are 13. Okay, so now I move on to the green, then the blue, and whatever's left over is purple. But I already did this, so I'm just going to copy and paste. And somehow that messed up. Okay, so here it is right here. So again, I'm just going to copy and paste. And this is the updated game card here. Okay, so again, I had 15 red numbers, 13 orange. Turns out that I had 15 green, 12 blue, and 14 purple numbers. Okay, so the way I divided things up like this, it gives me a pretty consistent results of at least 10 digits per color. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for at least double digits, you know, and it's been pretty consistent for me. Okay, so when things are consistent, they get easier to predict. Okay, so again, looking at this, out of 202 drawings, a 3-color combination comes up the most at 93. Okay, so if a 3-color combination comes up the most, then 2 colors are not coming up the most. Okay, and that's what I want to focus on here. So again, I want to try to eliminate numbers. Okay, so now the question is, what color do I want to try to eliminate? Okay, so looking over here, I got the last 4 drawings have been the majority of even numbers. So my gut feeling says that the next one, I believe that the majority will be odd numbers. Okay, so I want to look at the colors that have the most even numbers to it, and then I want to eliminate that color. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the red. And how many even numbers do I have? Out of 15, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 15. That's a pretty good ratio. 9 evens, 6 odds. Okay, so moving on to the orange, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 13. That's not too bad. Moving on to green, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, that's more even numbers than odds. Okay, so moving on to the blue, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's definitely a lot more odd numbers there. And the last one is purple. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got 4 even numbers and 10 odd numbers. And I think the majority is going to be odd numbers. Okay, so the one that stands out to me the most was the red. Okay, it had 9 even numbers and 6 odd numbers. And looking at the color code here, I see that a red number has come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Okay, and then you can see here that there's no red numbers. And then again, there was no red numbers here, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm looking for 2 of these in a row with no red numbers. Okay, and that doesn't happen until way down here, right here. Okay, so I think that's due to happen. So I'm going to say the last drawing, I said that there would be no red numbers, and I got that correct. The drawing before, I said there would be no blue numbers, and you can see I got that one correct as well. Okay, so hopefully I'll get this correct, and I'm going to eliminate the red numbers. So if I'm correct with my pick, and none of these red numbers come up, then I just gave myself better odds at winning the Powerball lottery, at least the 5 white ball numbers. Now, if you get just the 5 white ball numbers, it pays you $1 million, and if you get it with the power play, then it pays you $2 million. Okay, so now I'm gonna update the individual numbers. Okay, so here I'm gonna put down the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Oops, I'm sorry, I already did it. Okay, I put it right here, 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this plane until I find a 9, and now I'm going to make this square green. I'm making it green because the 9 is green. Okay, so how I use this is you can see that just about all the colors are here except for the orange. Okay, so as I go down, here's the orange right here. That's not too far away. It looks like all the colors are here. What I'm looking for is a color that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, and I'm going to go right to the 20s here because I know what I'm looking for. Okay, so you can see that there's no red numbers here. I got orange, green, purple. I'm looking for blue and red. So here's the blue. And finally, way down here, here's a red. Okay, so a red number hasn't come up in a while, so maybe I'm thinking that it's due to come up. So I'm going to look at the 20 numbers to see if there's any red ones on the game card. Okay, so actually the 20 was red and I got rid of that, but that's the only one. So hopefully that 20 does not come up tonight, okay, or Saturday night I should say. Okay, so that's how I look at things. So now I'm going to look at the individual numbers and I'm going to say, okay, what I did is I broke this up into 7 different groups. Sorry, I need to go down one more, I think. Okay, so here's the whole game card here. So the first group is 1 through 9. This is the only group with 9 numbers, where the other 6 have 10 for 69 numbers. Okay, so as I look at this, what I'm trying to look at is I'm trying to predict which one of these groups will not have a winning Powerball number to it. Okay, so again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, and there's 7 of these groups. Okay, so I know that 2 of them cannot have a winning Powerball number to it. And as I look at this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 40 numbers over here. You can see that they've been really hot. And I'm hoping that they're going to start to cool down and have no winning Powerball numbers right here. Okay. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I call the teen numbers, even though the 10, 11, 12 is in here. I'm going to predict that there's going to be no winning numbers here as well. Okay, and the reason why is because one of these numbers have hit in the last 5 drawings in a row. And when that happens, the majority of the time it doesn't go 6. Okay, now the question is, can it go 6? Can another one of these numbers come up? Absolutely it can. Okay, so here's where the betting comes in. I'm gonna spend $3 on a Powerball ticket, which includes the power play. Okay, so how I look at it is I'm gonna bet $3 that none of these numbers through 10 through 19 are going to come up in the next drawing, or the 40 through the 49. Okay, so I'm going to blow this back up. I'm going to go to the game card, and I'm going to get rid of the 10 through the 19, and I'm going to get rid of the 40 through the 49. And all I can say is hopefully none of these numbers will come up. Okay, so moving on to the Powerball number itself. Okay, so the Powerball number, the winning number was the 18. So on this side, I keep track of if it was odds or evens. If it's evens, I color it black. And over here, if it's high or low. So there's 26 numbers in the Powerball lottery, so I just divided this into 2. So if it's a blue number, it's low, 1 through 13, and if it's red, it's high, 14 to 26. So I'm going to put down the 18, and of course it's red. Okay, so the red has been pretty hot lately. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to predict that it's going to stay hot. Okay, and the reason why is this combination, or this, I don't think combination is the word I'm looking for, but the way that this comes up here, you can see that the 10 came up, and then two numbers came up, and then the 10 came up again. Okay, for some reason that happens a lot. I mean, it certainly doesn't happen every drawing, but here's another one. The 25 came up, then the 24, and then the 25 came up again. Here it is again. The 5 came up, two numbers came up, then the 5, then the 12 came up, two numbers came up, then the 12. Okay, so that hasn't happened in a little while here. So I'm going to predict that that's going to happen. And I'm going to say that the Powerball number 22 will be coming up on Saturday. Okay, so the 22 came up, and the 23, the 18, and now I'm hoping that the 22 will come back up again. Okay, so that's it. That's all I have for this video here. So what I'm going to do now is my next video, I'm going to go to group 4. And basically what this is I'm going to write down what the numbers were that came up. It was the 9, 17, 20, 38, and 40. So I got 2 in the red. The 20 is in the blue. The 38 and 40 is in orange. That means there is no winning Powerball numbers in the green number. Okay, and this is what I'm looking for. So if I could have eliminated all these green numbers off of my game card, I could have gave myself a really good chance of picking the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers, or at least a couple of them. It pays after it pays if you hit 3 of them. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.